Creating content isn't going to last forever for anybody. Let me explain. So, back in the day, I used to watch a YouTube channel called Dope or Nope. I know some people might remember the channel, or some people might not. Some people might have never heard of it. But it was an old YouTube channel. Another YouTube channel I used to watch was called Team Edge. It was great. Dope or Nope was about rating products and rating them on if it was dope or if it was nope, signifying if it was a good product or if it wasn't. The other channel basically challenges that are physical rather than, gaming challenges. Now, they were all made by not a channel, but a company called High Five Studios. And the studio didn't just make those two. They went on to make channels such as Battle Universe, Woods, Get Good Gaming, Fail Time, and Rekt. Some were nerf wars, other were vlogs and gaming and reaction and just destruction. Now all of these channels are gone. It is now just called Spellbound Inc. Now all that remains is the channel Dope or Nope. But it's not called Dope or Nope anymore. It's called Dope. As all people who were once involved in it were laid off. There were like 5 main people, I think, but there was a lot more people back in the day. Even then, I think there was more people behind the scenes. The last channel that quote unquote remains, I don't really like to say that it remains, but there's a channel called Overkill, a channel that is story focused, and it's about mystery and whatever, and it has books about it being connected to the channel, but now the channel is abandoned for like years. Now, who was at the highest part of all of this? Who was the main guy running the strings? Who decided that all of these channels were gone? Who called the shots? Well, it was a man named Matthias. Someone who was not just super serious, all do what I say, boss type thing. He was a family man. He wanted to make family content, and Matthias was someone who really just liked creating stuff, not only for him to make money, but for families, because he loved to do that, and it was easy and it was fun overall. It took time. How long? I think it was 8 years, probably more than that. But yeah, it seemed like all in the beginning it was going well, but now you might be asking, where did it go wrong? Well, the simple is that, time changed. People had less of that time they had once. How long? Well, Dope or Nope was doomed to fall after everyone was leaving, and so now it is used for a vlog type style, and the whole thing is just gone, really. Rating products is now rarely a thing. I don't think they're doing that anymore. Fail time, which I didn't really talk about, but now I am, was becoming boring. It was about reacting and all that stuff, but videos at that time were becoming more blunt, more raunchy, more edgy. And Matthias, well, he wanted to make family content. He was not going to just, compromise, because content was becoming more and more edgy. Now, You might be wondering, well, no, it wasn't. Well, yes, it was. We had Smosh, people like Ray William Johnson, people like that, and Markiplier and everything like that. They were there. They were popular, but they weren't the most family friendly. Now, Woods is another that I haven't talked about a lot. It was mainly focused on one man. So, the burnout was inevitable, really. And Matthias didn't want Woods, which was the guy's real name, really, to be stuck to just vlogging because he had so much more potential than just vlogging. Battle Universe, well, that's another instance of doomed to fail because of quarantine, considering COVID-19 was preventing them from being in person and doing challenges because you can't have nerf wars in Zoom. And it's just not possible. Team Edge was also doomed to fall because of it. But also, the people involved were becoming older, had families, but they weren't as active and they couldn't do the things they once used to do. Get Good Gaming wasn't so super profitable, really, and wanted the people involved to follow their true dreams, which were, unfortunately, not where the company was heading. Rekt, well, it was getting boring. How long can you truly destroy stuff until it gets too much? Or too predictable? Also, the person who directed it left and went back to where they wanted to be. I-5 was my personal childhood, and CSGO was horrible. But overall, I understand. I used to just ask, well, they had all the money. Couldn't they just keep it alive for a little bit longer? The company wasn't truly profitable. There were so many channels, so many things to get done. But in the long run, considering how much was needed for just one channel, it just couldn't. Nine just in one. Imagine all of the channels. It's difficult and straining for one company. Now it's only for Matthias. He is chronically ill and he cannot keep being the CEO of a company that is needed for someone active. Sure, he could let someone else take the torch, but the torch was already going out. It was not going to last, and Matthias knew. He needed to let it burn out. Now then to let it slowly burn. Now what? Well, it's really unsure. Matthias is now just making videos of what he wants. I left all of the things out, such as Project A63 and the books and what happened with the employees. But now, it's just done. And people have to accept that. Even the fans, even the employees, even Matthias, even me. It doesn't matter who, you just have to accept it. And it hurts a lot. Don't get me wrong, it does hurt. But I understand ultimately that content creation, well, although it sucks to say, every content creator won't be able to make content forever. Just such as Jacksepticeye, AnTDM, Markiplier. Eventually, all the content you see, all the videos, all the channels, it eventually comes to an end.